The Enugu State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC on Tuesday held a peaceful and well-attended state congress at Opera Square, Enugu, where party members elected a new 37-member state executive committee to steer the affairs of the party. At the Congress, Dr. Martin Chukwuemeke emerged as the state chairman, while Honorable Chukwudi Inadozie was elected state secretary alongside other members of the executive committee. In addition, 15 zonal executives, 5 from each of the 3 territorial zones of the state, also emerged during the exercise. The Congress, supervised by the APC National Panel, was widely described by party stakeholders as transparent, orderly, and credible, reflecting growing unity within the party in Enugu State. Addressing party faithful at the gathering, Governor Peter Mbah commended members for conducting a peaceful exercise and described the development as a reflection of political maturity of the state. He noted that the unity displayed during the Congress demonstrated that the party had grown into a strong political family in Enugu State. What we have done here together shows that we are members of one big family. Enugu State is not only a model of governance but also a model of politics, he said.
Warmly congratulating the new Brown State Working Committee and the State Executive Committee of our party. And I want to use the chairman, Dr. Martin Chukwuemeke, as a reference point to congratulate all the State Working Committee members and the State Executive Committee members for their election through this process of affirmation. Congratulations. But I think that the bigger congratulations go to you all, the delegates, and all of you who have participated in this process today. Because democracy, after all, is through a participatory endeavor. And what we have done here today represents that. What we have done here today shows that we're all what? Winners. Because we haven't come here to fight with a third party. We have only come here to conduct a brotherly affairs.
The governor also commended the economic reforms of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, noting that the administration's bold policies had improved revenue inflows to states, enabling subnational government to execute major developmental projects. According to him, the increased resources have helped accelerate the transformation currently being witnessed across Enugu State. Highlighting some of the gains of the state alignments with the federal government, the governor pointed to the concessioning of the Enugu International Airport and its cargo terminal to private investors, a move expected to transform the state into a major aviation hub. He also revealed that presidential approval has been secured for the extension and completion of the railway project previously terminating in Aba, which will soon connect Enugu and strengthen the state's transportation network. The governor further mentioned the establishment of Southeast Development Commission as well as plan to extend the high-pressure gas pipeline to Enugu within the next 18 months, describing the project as critical to unlocking the economic and industrial potential of the state.
We can see our foreign exchange hitting for the first time in 13 years the $50 billion mark. That did not happen by accident. It happened by courageous policy initiatives. Bringing that back home, we can also see how connecting to the center has benefited us here in Enugu. You must have followed the news. The international airport and the cargo airport in Enugu has just recently been concessioned to a private investor. And I'll tell you what that means. I'll tell you what that means for us here in Enugu State. It means that Enugu State will soon become a major aviation hub. In less than 6 months, we have now received approval from Mr. President to connect the rail line, as we know, the Eastern Rail Line that has only just stopped at Aba. We now have approval from Mr. President for that rail line to run all the way to Enugu State. So, very soon, we're going to commute not only by road, but also by rail. So our dream of a multimodal transportation system has just become a reality. And that's because all our natural and mineral assets are now able to be transported, not just through roads to the sea, but through a rail transport. Thanks to Mr. President's approval, I'm sure you are aware that it took Mr. President to give approval for the Southeast Development Commission. And you saw the launch we just had recently, the Vision 2050 of the Southeast Development Commission. The first item on that agenda is the gas pipeline initiative. What it means, in no distant future, and I'm talking about within the next 18 months, to tell you today is that we are on course to superseding that projection.
In his acceptance speech, the newly elected state chairman, Dr. Martin Chumike, pledged that the new executive would work diligently to strengthen the party structures and ensure effective mobilization across the states. He assured members that the leadership would remain committed to unity and the growth of the party ahead of future elections.
So, on behalf of the elected members of the state executive of APC, say a very big thank you to you that you have stood by us throughout this process. You have not left anything, any stone unturned, to make sure that this process comes out successful like this. We don't want to, I usually don't come here to talk about what you are doing for Enugu State or what you have done, because you can only say that to those who are not in Enugu. Anybody who is in Enugu knows what you have done. But the most spectacular unto me is for you to have known beforehand when there was turbulence right in front. Because the mantra is tomorrow is here. Before anything happens, you know it today. That was why you were able to bring us into this great party. This party that you brought us has linked Enugu State to the center, and we are seeing the benefits. Your Excellency, I want to say that me and my team, all of us here, we want to tell you that you have our unalloyed loyalty. The loyalty we give, because loyalty doesn't have a percentage. It's either loyalty or you are not loyal. We want to say that we will use anything in our being to make sure that your programs are taken to the people, that our party structure is strengthened at the world level, government level, and even at state level. I know that we may have had some issues along the line, but I can assure you that this team that is now comprised of APC team, which is the ruling party in Enugu State. We will assure you that we will deliver everything to make sure that 2027 is guaranteed.
Earlier, the chairman of the defunct caretaker committee of the party in the state, Dr. Ben Moye, commended party members for maintaining unity and discipline throughout the process, noting that APC in Enugu has evolved into a stronger and more cohesive political platform.
I am elated and very humbled in the way and manner the delegates of Enugu State have conducted themselves in this Congress. I'm also thrilled by the caliber of persons that have been elected to steer the ship of our great party in Enugu State. I must tell you that leadership is an art. The leadership of a political party are people who are assembled to make sure that the party is being led to victory. Victory at all levels of the elections that we are going to face, especially in year 2027. So I'm aware that before you were elected, they must have looked at your stature and your ability to command votes at your wards. Political party leadership, unlike other leaderships, is your ability to command votes and make sure you deliver your words, your local governments, to the governor, to members of the State Assembly, to the members of the House of Representatives, to the senators, and most importantly, to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The National Deputy Chairman South of the party, Chief Ima Enugu, also charged the newly elected executives to demonstrate the leadership and strengthen grassroots mobilization in preparation for upcoming electoral context. Meanwhile, the APC National Congress Committee, led by Honorable Lovett EDC, described the exercise as peaceful and credible, commending party members for their orderly conduct during the Congress. Speaking on the sidelines of the event, the chairman of Ogu local government area, Honorable Uchenna Okolo, said the peaceful conduct of the Congress reflected the character of the people of Enugu State. We have just elected our state officials who will steer the affairs of the party across Enugu State. The election was very peaceful and the atmosphere was calm, he said. He added that the orderly process demonstrated that loyalty and law-abiding nature of the people of the state. It is in the character of Enugu State people to be loyal and disciplined. There was no atom of indiscipline throughout the exercise. Everything was well coordinated. The Ogu chairman also commended Governor Peter Mbah for providing exemplary leadership, noting that his style of governance promotes peace, unity, and development.
We had just concluded a state congress of our party, APC, All Progressive Congress of Enugu State. We have just elected our state team, the state ESCO from the chairman to the last highest official, who will steer the affairs of the party in the whole of Enugu State. The whole election was very peaceful. As you can see, the environment was very convivial, weather very clement. It's in the character of Enugu State people to be loyal and law-abiding. So I'm super sure that we never saw any indiscipline going on around this arena. So it was very well coordinated. Thanks to our dear Governor, His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah, who leads with a super example. He's an exemplary leader, body of emulation, and today is one of those tracks again that showcased his own leadership style of achieving a lot through quiet and peaceful means. So we are all happy to be one family in Enugu State. Every other fragment have rejoined to form this APC of Enugu State of today. So there's absolute peace in Enugu State.
According to him, the successful Congress further demonstrated that various political interests in the state had now come together under one political platform. Together we are happy because every fragment has joined together to form one united APC family in Enugu State. There is absolute peace in the party, he added. He further urged the newly elected executive to ensure that government policies and programs are properly communicated to the grassroots so that citizens can better understand the progress being made in the state.
As you heard, that the executives of the state committee have been charged to go to all the nooks and crannies of the state to ensure that they take our bandwagon, to take all the policies and programs of the state to all the nooks and crannies so that people can know and hear that the state is working. So we thank God for today, we thank God for the clement weather, we thank God for the opportunity, and I know that it's in the usual way of Enugu State to have programs like this. Well, as you heard our governor said, when the government came in, there was a promise to take our economy from $4.4 billion US dollars to $30 billion US dollars. The antecedents speak for themselves. You can see that all the moribund enterprises, state-owned enterprises, have been revamped, and new ones are springing up, just like what you just mentioned now. The president has graciously given the approval for rail line to spring up to Enugu State. He has graciously commissioned the Southeast Development Commission with a great vision of 2050. So we will all be in this state to enjoy it. Like our dear governor said, in the next 18 months, the economy will not contain us. So I also use the opportunity to urge all our youth to stop gallivanting out of the state, out of the country. There's a lot coming on board. So we must all put our hands on deck to make the state work as it is working already.
Dignitaries present at the Congress and addressed the mammoth crowd includes the Speaker of Enugu State House of Assembly, Honorable Uchenna Ogu, Senator Osita Ongu, Honorable Martins Oke, the Deputy Governor of the State, Barrister Ifeanyi Osai, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Chidebere Onya, and the Chief of Staff of the Governor, Barrister Victor Ude, among several other political leaders and party faithfuls. The Congress concluded with renewed commitment from the party leaders and members to sustain unity within the APC and strengthen its presence across Enugu State.
When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ogama TV. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, equipment rental, news blogging, fashion and pageantry. We are at number 5/21 Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ogama TV, Instagram at Ogama TV1, Twitter at Ogama TV, website www.ogamatv.com. You can also send us email at ogamatv@gmail.com. Ogama TV, your one-stop media solution.